This is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it, though.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size of Manhattan.
Tank Davis! 135 pounds.
People are that I'm sparring and being able to see how good they are and knowing how good Tank is, it's actually going to be my toughest test to date.
Logan Paul has openly expressed his concern about his brother Jake stepping into the ring against a newly improved Gervonta Tank Davis. Logan believes this matchup is extremely dangerous and could be the toughest fight Jake has ever faced. He explains that Tank has physically developed and sharpened his skills in a way many people might be underestimating. Logan compares Tank's current style to what he experienced when he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that Tank has blended speed, accuracy, timing, and ring awareness similar to Floyd in his prime. Logan warns that what many see as a fight leaning toward Jake could easily turn around once the bell rings. For that reason, he admits he is genuinely worried about both his brother's safety and his career path.
This has been confirmed. Guys, this fight is actually happening. Jake is a plus 155 underdog going into the fight and taking the biggest risk he's ever taken. It's going to be on Netflix. Now, this fight I will watch.
This one's crazy.
Please give me the weight. Please give me the fucking weight.
It's an exhibition. There is no weight.
There'll be no guidelines.
There'll be agreed weight.
A range?
Yeah, there'll be agreed weight in the contract. It has to be.
For Jake to come down.
Correct.
What will it be?
It'll probably be 195, maybe 200.
Still.
Bro,
Still.
how is that possible?
I mean, bro, I did it with Floyd. You guys don't understand. Exhibitions are a real thing now. As long as people are watching, that's the metric.
Yes.
You know how
can
tall?
figure
You
it
know how
out.
tall Gervonta is?
I think he's like 5'5".
Not even.
He's probably 5'4".
Bro, okay, but look, you want to know what's going to happen in that fight? Because I'll tell you too.
Tell us.
Because I did the same thing. I fought a really crafty,
Yes.
much smaller fighter. His name was Floyd Mayweather.
He's a young Floyd. Protege of Floyd.
In the prime, in his prime.
Yes.
Well, close,
Wait,
right?
No, Gervonta's, I think he's still in his prime.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would, bro,
This is a different fight than you and Floyd.
this is very
By a
dangerous.
landslide.
By a landslide. This is a dangerous one for Jake.
He needs to do it.
This is a dangerous fight for Jake. The kid has got balls the size.
Logan Paul has openly expressed his concern about his brother Jake stepping into the ring against a newly improved Gervonta Tank Davis. Logan believes this matchup is extremely dangerous and could be the toughest fight Jake has ever faced. He explains that Tank has physically developed and sharpened his skills in a way many people might be underestimating. Logan compares Tank's current style to what he experienced when he fought Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting that Tank has blended speed, accuracy, timing, and ring awareness similar to Floyd in his prime. Logan warns that what many see as a fight leaning toward Jake could easily turn around once the bell rings. For that reason, he admits he is genuinely worried about both his brother's safety and his career path.
Would be the most concerned about with Gervonta Davis. As we know, big exhibition coming up November 14th. We are going to do a live stream watch party for that. I don't know in what way, but we got to make it special. You guys know when I do these watch parties, they are insane. We want to have some guests. We may do a 24-hour. I'm not sure. Leave in the comments what you want to see, but we may be seeing the formulation of a game plan and tactics from this training footage from Gervonta Davis. And I think I may understand the key of what they want to do, how they want to go about it, and why Jake Paul might be in more trouble than I originally thought. What do I mean? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
All right, so Calvin Ford, coach for Gervonta Davis, has been for pretty much since Gervonta started boxing. Sat down with Marcos over at Fight Hub. Shout out to Marcos for the footage, man. He's always killing the game with interviews and everything else. He sat down with Marcos, and they talked about Tank and potentially what he will do after the Jake fight, why he's doing the Jake fight, and what their biggest concerns are, which your biggest concerns end up being what you turn into your biggest weapons. The things you're most concerned about, you look to exploit because that's usually the other person's greatest strength, and behind it's their greatest weakness. So I'm going to take a look at this interview and show you guys why I think Jake might actually be in a little more trouble than I originally thought with this fight, and why I'm going to be more excited to see what Tank brings if the mindset is where I think it is.
So how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been? a good headspace.
Showtime analysts clarified that Tank is not the small fighter many assume he is. In reality, he is compact, muscular, and built for power. His body type explains why he can generate explosive force even when he's shorter than most opponents. It was also pointed out that Tank's natural strength gives him a physical edge, even against men who appear bigger on paper. His conditioning, balance, and ability to control range allow him to land powerful, accurate shots that can end fights suddenly. So calling him small is misleading. Tank may compete in lower weight divisions, but his body and raw power resemble those of a much bigger athlete.
He can yield that type of weight. He's a bowling ball. He ain't a little guy like you guys say. The Tanky Wanky say he's a little guy. But I got more receipts. Do you guys remember what, 2 years ago against Mario Barrios to make 140? He was coming down in weight.
$144.1.
Weighing in at 144 plus. Huh? I even got more receipts for you guys. Remember against Ryan Garcia, right? You saw him snacking on snacky cakes and all kind of Skittles and shit, you know, for the All Access with him versus Ryan Garcia. I think this was like episode 2 or something. It was hilarious. But he goes in the store and they have to weigh him. And in that store, he weighs 150 pounds.
Good, thank you.
How much I weigh?
154.
154?
Yes, sir.
All right, weigh me one more time.
All right, 150.
150? What is on? All right, bet.
And then the most famous audio leak that the War Room made famous that we sent out and it went viral when Team Tank said that Gervonta Tank Davis walks around at 160 pounds.
You ain't gonna never want to fight at 135 again. Yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's such a big company, man. What's his walk around weight? Then from like 125? No, walk around like this. 160. 160.
British boxer Dave Allen shared a more neutral opinion on the fight. He admits he did not enjoy Jake Paul's matchups with Mike Tyson or Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., feeling they were more hype than real boxing contests. But he thinks the Gervonta Davis fight could be different. Allen says as long as nobody gets seriously hurt, it's fine, because the event is meant to entertain fans. He mentions that even though Jake may not be an elite boxer, his matchups get people talking and bring attention to the sport. Fans are curious to see how far Jake can go, and how Tank performs against someone so much larger.
The thing with Jake Paul, I think he's a good area title level fighter, and that's a good level, like, and you can be proud of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. But the Mike Tyson fight I didn't like. The Chavez fight was just farcical because he's 10-11 years past his best, up 6 weight divisions. But less of a problem because Chavez wasn't in his 50s. Fighting the MMA guys, again, he's fighting people that don't do the same, that they're not even in the same sport. But while they're a bit older, they're still not in the 50s. So all that stuff, I won't really watch any of it. I think I've watched one fight against Tommy Fury, the only professional boxer in and around his prime years, and he got beat. But I think his area title level, I think he works really hard, I think he trains hard, and I don't think he's a bad fighter at all. I don't think he's a good fighter, but he's not a bad fighter. For his experience, he's not bad at all. But Gervonta Davis is a lightweight. So, by all means, if they make a few quid and nobody gets hurt, then great. But I certainly wouldn't be paying a penny to watch it. I think it's just absolutely ridiculous, farcical. Who wants to watch an exhibition? Gervonta Davis is in his prime years. Why is he wasting his time? Why is he having a rematch with the fella he got a draw with? Why is he not fighting? Why is he not going up a weight and fighting Lopez and Garcias and them fighters. Why is he fighting Jake?
Claressa Shields has questioned Gervonta Davis's decision-making now that his highly anticipated fight with Jake Paul is approaching. She wonders why Tank hinted at retirement so early when there are still major names like Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez he could face. Shields and others believe avoiding these top challengers could make it seem like Tank is stepping away from real threats in favor of profitable crossover events. At the same time, some analysts sympathize with Tank, pointing out that he has been managing heavy emotional and mental strain in recent years. Pressures the public may not truly understand, which could be influencing his decisions.
I don't care what nobody say. Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he said he supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Teofimo, whoop all these. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He who everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls. They all getting beat. You said you can beat me? Oh, okay, I'm gonna figure out what.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia shared a thoughtful perspective on this matchup. He says there's nothing inherently wrong with Tank accepting this fight, but the timing is questionable. According to Garcia, legendary fighters typically chase legacy-defining contests once their status is already cemented. In Tank's case, he still has major legacy fights available, including Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Garcia sees the Jake Paul fight as more of a flashy detour rather than a step toward boxing greatness. He worries that choosing spectacle over serious competition may harm Tank's reputation among boxing purists, making it feel like he is skipping an important chapter, not building one.
Before something like that, but I don't know, what's your just take on the whole thing?
I'm not very interested. That doesn't excite me. I know it's going to do really good numbers. I know they're making a lot of money, which is good for them, good for Tank, because in boxing, that's what everybody looks for. I think is, the good thing is they announced it as an exhibition, which is, I'm okay with it. Everybody does it. Mayweather has done it. Ali did it. The only thing, my personal opinion is Tank, they all did it when they had already accomplished so much. They already did so much. Mayweather did everything in boxing and accomplished everything. Muhammad Ali did the same, and many others that have done it. I think Tank never gave us the fights that we really wanted. Never really gave us those challenges. He never really challenged himself. He didn't give Rhodes that rematch, which he should have. Mayweather did it when he had a hard time with Maidana and Castillo. Right away, he did the rematches to prove everybody wrong, and look at what he did. He beat him clearly. So Tank should have done the same. He didn't. That I could criticize, but then at the end also, if you're making 30 to 50 million, I don't even know what he's making to fight, to have an exhibition against just Jake Paul, I would have asked, I would do the same.
No one would say no to that, right?
If I had one of my fighters get an offer to fight a big celebrity, a big YouTuber for $20, $30 million, I would probably do the same. So I don't blame him. It's boxing. At the end of his career, 20 years from now, nobody's gonna care how many.
Charleston White, on the other hand, dismisses Jake Paul's career completely, calling it entertainment, disguised as boxing. He argues that none of Jake's fights feel like true professional bouts. They are carefully controlled showcases designed for attention and money. In his view, Jake has not faced a real elite boxer who can expose his level. Charleston believes that if Jake ever fights someone like Gervonta Davis, the gap in skill, experience, reflexes, and fight IQ will be obvious. He claims that Jake's popularity cannot replace the truth. Exhibition-style fights do not create legends. Real fights do.
White and Charleston White gave his review and what he thought about the Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul fight. And what he said was, look, man, do not pick against Jake Paul, because he didn't believe that any of the fights that Jake Paul have had to date really have been a real thing. And that the boxing world is looking for that great WHITE hype. And Jake Paul is going to be that guy, even though he really can't do it in a real boxing match. So he was basically reflecting and saying that he, you know, the saying where they say, believe a half of what you hear, half of what you see, and none of what you hear. He adjusted it to say, don't believe anything you hear and anything you say, anything that you hear and anything that you see. And honestly, man, when it comes to internet boxing, YouTube boxing, and what people say is going on in the media, without a doubt, I think Charleston White is 100% right about that. Don't believe anything you hear. Don't believe anything you see. Wait to see how things play out, and ultimately everything will come out in the wash. Well, going into this fight with Gervonta Davis, I had my concerns about the fight because of the same type of reasoning that Charleston White used, except for mine is slightly different. I don't think that either one of these guys are going to try to do too much damage to each other. Number one, because if it's scripted, which more than likely to an extent it will be, Gervonta Davis is not going to put himself in a situation where Jake Paul...
Still, not everyone believes Tank will beat Jake Paul. Some analysts remind fans that weight classes exist for a reason. They say Tank's power is incredible at lightweight and super featherweight. But fighting someone as naturally heavy as Jake changes everything. In boxing, size, strength, and physical durability matter. A 135 lb fighter moving up to face someone who weighs over 190 lbs faces serious disadvantages in reach, power, and ability to absorb punches. These analysts argue that Tank's punches might not have the same effect on a naturally bigger opponent, and even clean shots could be absorbed differently by someone Jake's size.
Paul or Tank Davis? It's a legit question. And I actually want to really hear your thoughts on who do you think is going to win. Because I know what Vegas is saying, but I want to know what you think. You got
Personally, I think Tank too little, bro.
Yo,
I think Tank too little.
I'm so glad you have a brain on your fucking shoulder.
I think Tank too little.
I said, bro.
I think Tank's too little. That's what I'm saying. At weight classes for a reason.
Davis
that weight class for a reason.
5'5", 135 pounds. Jake Paul is 6 feet, 205 pounds.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
He's too
6'1",
little.
205. Everybody's like, yeah, bro, but Tank it only takes one good punch. Yes, it takes one good punch when you're about the same size. There's a 60, 70 pound difference in weight in these people. I don't think nobody puts the physics in mind. Jake Paul gets punched in the face by dudes 200 pounds with all their might on a weekly basis. A 135-pound puncher, bro. If y'all remember the Mayweather versus Conor McGregor fight, Conor walks around like 180 on the regular. He's like 5'9", 180. Mayweather's like 5'7", 145. That 30-pound, 20, 30-pound difference, bro, if you remember that fight, Mayweather was putting mittens on Conor. Guess what happened to Conor? He didn't hit the ground once.
No.
He lasted all 12 rounds getting hit with flurries. I'm talking about Mayweather was having his time. He's being cocky with it, hitting him with all kind of combos. And we're watching the last 3 rounds of that shit like, yo, knock him out. And you know what? He could not knock him out because Conor gets punched by people that are 170, 180 pounds on a regular. And just that 20, 30-pound difference, it was like impossible for him to do anything. And that's exactly what I feel like is going to happen versus Jake and Tank.
Despite all this, even with the debate, many fans find Jake Paul's involvement exciting. The fight has critics and supporters, but it brings fresh energy to the sport. Jake Paul has a unique ability to spark conversation, whether people want him to win or lose. Every time he fights, attention follows. That unpredictability and curiosity have brought new life to boxing. Even longtime fans admit Jake adds drama the sport has missed for years. Boxing thrives on rivalries and personalities, and Jake provides both, even as he continues to develop his skills.
A lot of people said, this is bad for boxing, this is bad for boxing. Mate, calm down, calm down. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of him, but he's bringing a lot of eyes to boxing. A lot of eyes to boxing. He's doing great for boxing. I don't care what everyone thinks. The weight difference is mad though. Lightweight to, God knows, cruiserweight or whatever the hell he is. Oh, Gervonta might get thumped up, you know. Hey, if he gets bashed up, I can never go on TikTok live again. The TikTok warriors are going to give me a hard time. They're going to say Jake Paul's undisputed. Oh my God.
At the same time, Gervonta Davis's journey is built on survival as much as success. Growing up in West Baltimore, he faced neglect, foster care, and an environment filled with violence. Boxing became his escape and purpose. Tank hasn't forgotten the nights he stayed near the gym or the dangers in the streets around him. Even now, with titles and financial comfort, he still fights with the mindset of a man determined never to go back. Each moment in the ring represents his refusal to return to the life he escaped. The fight with Jake Paul is more than spectacle. It's a turning point. With his legacy still unfinished and voices like Garcia urging caution, the real question becomes whether this decision will lift Tank higher or slowly damage his reputation. The stakes aren't only in the ring, they rest in how history will view him after this choice.
I like when it's all said and done and when you guys go off, they go into the next man. Yeah. So if y'all can make a big payday, go get that payday. The sport of boxing don't love you. And that's the problem with this sport. It's like what Jake Paul did, man, it's crazy, but people getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
So if he can call any one of y'all out and y'all can get that payday, I say go get it, baby. I'm not mad at it.
For me, and I'm not mad at this move at all for Tank Davis, but I think when it comes to boxing fans, there's an essence that comes with this sport, and it's an essence that hasn't been lost.
What do you think? Is Gervonta Davis making the right decision by taking this fight now, or is he skipping an important chapter in his career? Share your thoughts below.